Well, welcome back everyone to another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. My name is Leaf, and as always, it is so great to have you guys here. Now, we're going to talk about my top 5 favorite, most expected features for Jurassic World Evolution 2. I know I'm more of a Planet Zoo kind of guy. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from some of you guys for even talking about JWE2, but I don't care. This game seems like it's going to be absolutely insane, and there's just such a ton of awesome stuff that we got to get into over here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the top 5 features. Number 1 being Aviaries. Alright, now Aviaries, Pteranodons, Dimorphodons, all these things are going to be absolutely insane to have. I cannot wait to, start to experiment with, what we can actually build inside these things, what we could do, with all the flying mechanics and stuff like that. And granted, this all feeds into, the Planet Zoo stuff, and, oh my god, I can't wait to have, I can't wait to have all these flying dinosaurs and flying birds in Planet Zoo. But you know what? We're not even talking about Planet Zoo today. We're talking about JWE2. And I'm just so excited to get the chance to actually develop, all these aviaries, start to design my own aviaries. We understand already that we kind of have a little bit of freeform placement inside there. We've seen a little bit of a little bit of a showcase from them about how we can, edit the terrain, edit the water, edit the plants and everything in there. I feel like we're gonna figure out some really, really innovative ways to get some really cool looking stuff in there. So that's gonna be absolutely crazy to have. I'm just so excited about that. And of course, we also do know that we can have several different species of flying reptiles inside of a single aviary, and that's going to be really good for, mixing and matching species. So the two that we already know about right now are the Dimorphodon and the Pteranodon, and of course, we may get some more going on forward. I hope we could get the Quetzalcoatl, I think that's it, or the Quetzal, I don't even know, Quetzalcoatl, whatever. I don't even know how you say it. It starts with the Q. It's the big one. It's the biggest pterosaur that's, ever walked or flown on the planet. It's that guy. But I'm just so excited to see what else they're able to pull out of there. And going forward, the DLCs for aviaries, that's going to be really cool to see, how they're going to mix it up, because we do know about aquatic animals and flying animals and terrestrial animals. I'm not sure how they're going to, kind of mix up how they balance that out. I'm not sure if we're going to get a dedicated aviary one. I'm not sure if they're going to mix and match it with herbivorous flying dinosaurs or flying reptiles. I'm not really sure, but it's still going to be really awesome to see nonetheless. So that is the first thing that I am extremely hyped about. The second one is territories. Now, I know we don't really have this really play into play with Planet Zoo. Of course, I just mentioned I shouldn't talk about Planet Zoo, but we're going to talk about it anyway, because this is an entirely new feature in Frontier games, and it's going to be really awesome to see. So, of course, Jurassic World Evolution 2, it's a lot more laid back, and it's more so about the animals and dinosaurs that you put into your parks, and being able to see them interact with the environment. Let's just say the Velociraptor, if it doesn't like one area because it's too shady and it needs a little bit more open area, it'll go to that open area and it'll more or less kind of hang out over there. And it's going to be something that's going to be really cool to see. It'll give a lot more life to your parks, and it'll help you kind of design where you want your viewing points to be, where you kind of want your animal to retreat if it needs more shade or if it needs more privacy and stuff like that. I feel like that's going to be really, really cool to have. So moving on, we also have the aquatic animals. And of course, we don't really know too much about this already. We only just saw a glimpse of the mosasaur and a few screenshots that kind of reveal aquatic holding areas and stuff like that. But it's still going to be really cool to have nonetheless. I know a lot of people were extremely hyped when we finally got the aquatic mods in Jurassic World Evolution 1. And they started to make those giant holding pools for stuff, and I would always look back at Best in Slots videos on when we finally got that dawn of new species mods and stuff like that. That was always really, really awesome to see, and it's gonna be really awesome to have that in its own standalone features. So that's gonna be great to see. So moving on from that, I'm just very excited for the Jurassic Park branding. And this is honestly more of a half a point, but having this Jurassic World experience, having all these voiced characters, Ian Malcolm, having I'm not sure if Neil is going to return for his, appearance as Dr. Grant, but I really hope it does. But, no, just moving forward, I'm just very excited for that little bit of a, homage to one of my favorite movies. So, actually moving on, we have guided tour improvements and everything that came out in the field guide for, I think it was today, it might have been yesterday, but nevertheless, it's probably going to be last week for all you guys. I'm just very excited to see how this plays out, because it goes a lot with that storytelling mechanic that you really get with, like, Jurassic Park and, like, Jurassic World Evolution and stuff like that. I'm just very excited to start designing these. You can have them go over paths and stuff like that. It's going to be really awesome to integrate, like, all these tours within your parks, especially for, like, the gyrosphere. I really hope we get to control it again this time around. That was always one of my favorite things to do, kind of like take it off the rails, kind of explore my own parks at my own rate, so that's going to be really awesome to have. But moving on from that, the last thing I want to bring up is a relaxing park builder. Now, I know a lot of my associates, be it Nick, be it Estan, be it Drew, aren't really too pleased with the fact that we don't get, like, modular building in this game. But here's the thing, I am so excited that we don't. Because I play Planet Zoo, I love building in Planet Zoo, but sometimes I just want to sit back, I just want the game to kind of build itself for me, and I just want to enjoy all the juicy goodness that Jurassic World Evolution 2 will have for us. And you know what, that's exactly what I feel like is the biggest strong suit of Jurassic World Evolution. It's such a laid-back kind of game, it's such a laid-back kind of style that I feel like it's in its own regard, I would like to say. It's very much so that you don't need to focus all your efforts, you don't need to focus hours upon hours of time to get this good-looking park. Granted, you can bust out all the bells and whistles if you are hoping to get one that really does shock the community of how good it is, but nevertheless, I'm just very excited to see how well this game will play from a relaxing, from a just chill park builder standpoint. We have already a lot of games out there, especially what's it called? Prehistoric Kingdom, that special one over there. That one will fill the builder's niche, but in this one, I just want that general, give me the foliage brush, give me a couple of pre-made buildings, and let me place down as many dinosaurs as I want in an exhibit. Let me make those beautiful big rolling plains and stuff like that. I want to focus on the big picture and not all the tiny details. I'll let the game take care of that. It really reminds me of this game called Islanders. And Islanders, I'm not sure if you guys know it, it's a very small indie game. And basically what you do, it's basically like a city builder. But it takes out all like the funky, silly management stuff in it. And you just go for the highest score. And I feel like that is such a good comparison to Jurassic World Evolution. It's like taking Jurassic World Evolution and Planet Zoo and putting them up against Islanders and City Skylines. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Because Planet Zoo, it has a lot more specific needs in terms of management. It has a lot more specific things in terms of like building and stuff like that. And the same can be said about City Skylines. You really need to focus in on the details. You really need to focus in on the specifics. And that's something that, I do love from time to time. It's something that really pushes you to think outside the box. It pushes you to really manipulate like how the game works with you or against you. And yeah, it's just great in its own regard, but, I feel like we can see a lot of the positives from the opposite side of that. And having a game that really just understands that you want to chill out for a little bit, having a game that really understands, hey, you don't want to spend all this time building a viewing gallery, we'll build it for you. Just focus on the habitat, focus on the animals, appreciate the dinosaurs jumping around. And that'll be it. I just really do love that aspect of it. And that's exactly what I'm so hyped about for Jurassic World Evolution 2. So definitely do let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are excited for about this game. These are like all the top tier things on here for me. But of course there are so many different things. I know a lot of people are excited about the dinosaurs themselves. So definitely do let me know what you're excited for. I'm just so excited to sit down, listen to Ian Malcolm's beautiful, swathing voice, And then that's pretty much it. But, you know, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. Take care and stay dinosaur. Yeah, that's a great way to end it. See you guys.